Hey everyone, and welcome to the Utah AI Safety Organization's weekly bulletin. This week, we are diving deep into OpenClaw. It's this open source project that, it went from a viral sensation to a massive security nightmare in what felt like a blink of an eye. And in the process, it's given all of us a really powerful and kind of scary glimpse into the future of computing.
In this quote right here, it just perfectly nails the feeling of this moment. It's this excitement, this sense that we're right on the edge of something huge, that fueled OpenClaw's insane rise. It literally had people buying up every single Mac Mini they could get their hands on, just so they could run it.
So what is this thing? The project that pulled in over 100,000 stars on GitHub in record time? Well, at its heart, it's a totally new kind of AI. It's not just about giving you information, it actually acts.
Yeah, so OpenClaw is what we call an AI agent. And this is a huge leap from what most of us think of as AI. An agent doesn't just sit there and wait to answer your questions. Nope, it gets to work for you all on its own, doing real tasks right there on your computer. This is where you can really see the difference. A chatbot, that's a tool for conversation. It gives you information. But an AI agent, that's an autonomous assistant. It takes action for you. It's browsing websites. It's organizing your files. It's even running code in the terminal. This isn't just a simple upgrade, it's a whole different ballgame.
But before it blew up and became this viral thing, the project had, a pretty wild identity crisis. The journey to its final name was, let's just say, a chaotic mess, pretty much fueled by its own crazy growth spur.
So check out this timeline. It's pretty wild. It first launched as Claude-bot, right? But that was way too close to Anthropic's AI, Claude. And, surprise, a legal threat showed up. So the developers scrambled and renamed it Moltbot, like a lobster molting to grow bigger. It's clever, but also just kind of awkward. So finally, they landed on OpenClaw, and this time they actually checked the trademarks first.
And just when you think the story couldn't get any weirder, it turns out that OpenClaw, this new, carefully chosen name, was already taken. It's the name of a totally separate project, an open-source version of a pirate-themed video game from 1997. Seriously, you can't make this stuff up. So, okay, the branding was a total mess. Why were people so excited that they were willing to just ignore all that chaos? Well, the answer is the promise at its core, the idea of an AI that could be your actual teammate. Because people started building these incredible automations that just handle all the boring, tedious stuff in their digital lives. Imagine your AI creating your daily news summary, cleaning up your inbox, even doing initial code reviews, and it only bothers you when something actually needs your eyes on it. That's the power people were getting so excited about. And this is where things get really wild. The community started building some truly futuristic stuff. We're talking people hacking smart glasses to give the AI eyes for price comparisons, setting up cameras to automatically take pictures of nice sunsets, and even using OpenClaw as a referee to settle arguments between other AIs. The creativity was just off the charts. Okay, so now we have to talk about the flip side. And this is where our safety bulletin really kicks in. Because all of that incredible power, that ability for an AI to act on your machine, it comes with some very, very serious risks. Giving an AI the keys to your digital kingdom has a dark side. And this is the question, right? The one that turned all that excitement into a massive security wake-up call. In that gold rush to get started, a lot of users just threw their AI agents onto public servers without really thinking through the enormous risk they were taking. And the fallout? Well, it was bad. One YouTuber called it the red wedding of vibe coding, which is just a brutal but pretty accurate way of saying it was a bloodbath for developers who were moving fast and breaking things without thinking about security. It was a total disaster. We're not talking about small mistakes here. This was catastrophic. Hundreds of these AI control panels were just left wide open on the internet for anyone to find. Secret API keys were leaked, giving attackers full access to user accounts. People could have their private messages read and their AI agents completely taken over. So that security crisis was a real turning point. It forced the project to grow up, fast. It went from being this cool hack to what it had accidentally become, critical infrastructure for a lot of people. The fun and games were over. It was time to get serious about security. And you can see that shift perfectly in the project's new motto. It was a direct response to all those security failures, and it became a promise to its users, a promise of privacy, security, and control. And they didn't just talk the talk. The dev team moved incredibly fast.
They merged 34 separate, security-focused updates into the code to tackle these vulnerabilities head-on.
So they started hardening the shell, which is just a great way to put it. They built in all these new layers of protection by default. Things like mandatory authentication tokens and running the AI inside an isolated container. Stuff that makes it so much safer right out of the box.
All right, so if you're listening to this and you're thinking, wow, I want to try this, what do you really need to know to do it responsibly? From a safety perspective, how you set this all up is absolutely everything.
Your first and honestly most important decision is where to run this thing. And the answer is pretty clear. Use a dedicated cloud server. It keeps the AI totally separate from your personal data. Running it on your main laptop or desktop is just way too risky. If that gets breached, an attacker could get access to everything. And look, no matter where you decide to run it, these 5 steps are absolutely non-negotiable. 1. Isolate the machine. 2. Use non-default ports. 3. Set strong passwords and tokens. 4. Rotate your API keys all the time. And 5. Be incredibly careful about any third-party plugins you install. You have to treat this thing with the respect its power demands.
So we'll end on this thought. OpenClaw has basically kicked the door open to a future with truly personal, autonomous AI assistants. The excitement is definitely real, and the potential is huge. But its story is also a massive cautionary tale, and it raises a critical question for all of us. As these agents get more and more powerful, how do we make sure that we're building a future that isn't just smart, but is also safe?